What's up everybody and welcome back. Today is going to be a good day, I hope. It looks like the site has dried out quite a bit. We do have some winds coming in today, but we've got some large roof sheets that we got to put up on this building. I think they're about close to 36 foot long, and I try to one-piece roof steel every job that we can, and anything under 50 foot we try to do one piece. Once you get bigger than that, you got to start thinking about expansion and contraction, and you got to put a splice in there with a nice gasket seal of some sort. But we don't have to worry about that on this job, so we're going to get this building straightened out. Then we're going to roof the south side first, which is right over here, and then we're going to come back and do the north side. Now these are some long sheets you can see here. What we do have is a large plank that we made, custom made. It's really just to help spread that weight so we can pick steel up and get it up to our roof line, which you'll see. But the plank is basically made out of two 34 foot 2x8 3-ply columns. Whenever you're gonna pick up long sheets like this, you definitely wanna strap them, you don't wanna fork them. Forking them will definitely cause damage. When you strap something, you're able to get a nice curl. So it ain't Tuesday, but it's still about the taco. You gotta get that sucker curled, and that will, I mean, you could probably pick up a 50-foot sheet that way, as long as you got the curl going on. Yes, I said taco. Yeah, man, you gotta do the taco. So these are 35 10s. And the weight is 1,554 pounds, so not bad. Telehandler's an 8,000 pound telehandler, so we're good there. The plank probably weighs 500 pounds. There's hardly any deflection on that 36 foot of material. So now we'll just go ahead and we'll get the building straightened out so we can start roofing. I got this nice string line here, and we basically run that from end truss to end truss, ensuring that we're as plumb as possible on all four corners. That means if we make sure that all of our tails are also in line with this string line that we've ran, that we're going to be straight. If we run into some of these columns that are not plumbed up nice, that's where the chains are going to come into place. Okay, so we need to take the truss that way. Okay, we're just gonna take this wedge off. Tell me what you see. Okay, so we're gonna utilize these chains. We've got two chains on the same bottom cord of the truss. And Zach's up top reading that square against the line, and he's telling me I need to bring this just this way. We got scrap boards. It's just as easy to throw it under the chain and just give it a little, it doesn't take much. You need a little more? Okay, so just like that, you can use the chain. Now that's a lot easier than having some 2x4s or whatever it is, and you're trying to hold them up, you're screwing them to the top of the truss, and you're pushing and pulling. This is very easy. Now I'm gonna do a video all about how these chains help us not only brace down the building, but also get it straight, square, plumb, all that good stuff to put steel on. But we just got all the walls plumb, we got all the corners good, and our side fascia straight with our string line. Now what we gotta do is we've gotta go up and get that peak squared up to that fascia line so we can straighten the end wall, and then we're ready for roof. Let's see, 35 9/4 rise, 17 foot run, 39.7 and 11/16. So I gotta burn a foot, so 38.7 and 11/16. Bro, I am literally, oh, something ain't right. No, 39.7, so I'm 40 foot 7 and 11/16. And I'm at 40 foot 7 and 11/16. That's pretty awesome. Greg, we're perfect. Oh no. That's killer. Well, that doesn't happen all the time. It does randomly happen that we go to pull our tape measures and everything is perfect. Just another instance of if you take the time up front, you know, you're gonna save time down the road. So that was an awesome treat. Now we're gonna straighten out the end wall. I think we're good on all of our lines. We've got a good straight fascia. We've got a good end wall. We've got a square peak to the fascia. Now the next challenge is how we're gonna get our material up there. And I showed you guys the plank. I showed you how we get it put on the plank, but now we've got to get it out in this lawn somehow, doing minimal damage. Well, that was a unfortunate, I guess, turn of events. We were just ready to pull the trigger, move the pile of steel over to you know, the south side of the building so we could put the roof up, and the wind picked up. So now we're changing gears. Guys are working on soffit fascia, which we got to do this stuff anyway, so it's not the end of the world. There's two things. First, the wind was kind of gonna be a hassle, but also when we looked at the weather, it's not gonna be any less windy all day, and they're calling rain now coming in. We've learned this lesson. If we put steel up and then it rains on a site like this where it's already muddy and on the verge of not being accessible with our machinery, then we got a problem because all that water goes right down. At this point, we're busy, we got stuff to do. We're just gonna kind of keep moving forward. I'm gonna work on all of our bracing. So this is gonna be our permanent bracing that you guys see us do up in the corners. I guess maybe I'll show you how we do that.
Did you say, I guess maybe I'll show you how to do that? Oh my gosh.
So now when I'm making my double X's for the corners, I always try to make them in the same Why is it so hard to do anything, bro? So when I'm figuring out the double X's for our wall bracing, basically all I'm doing is I'm taking the bay width, and that is from column to column, and then I'm taking the height, and I'm going all the way from the bottom to the top nailer. That is our soffit nailer. Now that's 16/9 and 11/16. Just for the ease of math, I don't think that 16th is gonna matter when I divide it into half. I'm gonna divide 16/9 and a half in half so that I can get my measurement for my two X's. The app that I like to use, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see this on the screen. There you go, that's Construction Master Pro. So Construction Master Pro is the current app that I use on the iPhone. I don't know if it's available on Android, but the one I used to use, I liked even more. It was free, Builder's Helper, but it's no longer supported on the new iOS. You gotta divide 16/9 and a half in half, which is 8, 4 3/4. 8 foot 4 inch 3/4 rise, 87 inch 3/4 run. It's gonna give me a pitch 13 3/4 or 48.95. Now we're gonna do 13 inch 3/4 pitch, 5 inch 1/2 run. That's gonna give me an 8 3/8. 8 foot 4 inch 3/4 rise minus 8 inch 3/8. My run is 87 3/4 run rise pitch 46.67 10/7. Personally, I like to cut a couple before I cut them all. Make sure I like all of my dimensions. 10/7 7/16. I'd rather make 2 mistakes than all 8 of these boards wrong. I didn't record any of it, no.
You've been talking that whole time for no.
Yeah, the shutter just went off and I was like, oh, I wasn't recording. So pretty cool. You guys know I love my GRK screws. I always talk about them. One of you guys, one of my followers, subscribers, however you want to look at it, fans, sent me out a box of the Simpsons Strong Drive framing screws. So this is not a sponsored thing. Simpson didn't send me this stuff. Actually, one of you guys did, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Said, you're gonna love these, try them. You'll never go back to GRKs. Now that's a tall order, I'm gonna be honest, because I really do like GRKs. These are 3 1/8. These are only 3 inches. Now, that might not be a huge deal to a lot of you guys, but when we're taking 2 pieces of 2x4 and we're screwing them together, I'm always having to put these at an angle versus straight in where I can just suck it straight in. And that would be nice because it does make it a lot easier to make things line up. If you're going at an angle, maybe it can push and pull the lumber. These aren't gonna poke out the back and stick me in my finger, which has happened a million times. Definitely seem a lot thicker, a lot sturdier. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these a try, see what I think. It's gonna take a lot to pull me away from GRK. What?
My legs hurt.
Oh, I thought you were complaining about something important. Huh. They suck, dude. I mean, they suck.
They suck?
Yeah. They're probably twice the money as a GRK, though.
Oh, are they really? I don't. Yeah. I don't think I'm a fan of these guys.
Why?
They seem to like split the board as they go in.
I don't have any problem. I've had zero.
Oh, mine split the board a little bit.
You probably don't know how to work a screw.
They stuck it in pretty good though. We got good grab power, I'll give them that, but I think they're too big.
I mean, Greg, it's got twice the head size. Do you imagine driving something in twice the head size, the type of damage it would do?
I understand. Have you tried it, like going in at an angle yet?
Yep, no issues. I think these screws are pretty legit. You're not going to do it to do some fine detail screwing.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But man, if you're looking for a structural screw,
I bet they've got some good hold power. I bet you ain't pulling them suckers out.
now I think we've probably talked about it before in a past video, but for those of you that missed it or are new or, you know, whatever, these double X's to me are the best way to go. I've seen guys run a board from the corner at the bottom and then go all the way up to the top, and they'll put like a 16, 18 foot board on an angle, and that angle is like this. Now, I was always told that at 45 degrees or less, you're gonna find that that's as strong as it's gonna be. Once you pass that 45-degree angle, you start to get some diminishing returns on that strength. Now, these were like 44 degrees, and I think these were 45 and some change. So we're right there, we're an optimal triangle strength, and I just feel really good about this setup like this. Well, not the day we were hoping for here on the job site. We didn't get to roof, as you can see. We got some soffit fascia done. We did some corner bracing. We got some windows framed in, and that's about it. So, yeah, I don't know if this was all that great. One cool thing that the client brought up that I totally was happy to oblige is we're gonna add some transom windows, like some casement windows up here, and they're gonna mirror these lower windows, so they're gonna be above the porch line. I tell you what, those windows are awesome for letting light into your space, because even though you've got windows down low, it doesn't match the sunlight that comes from a window up top like a transom. It just floods the area so much nicer, so I'm really excited for that. I think this is gonna look really good, but we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a good one. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you on the next video.